Hi, good evening. Well, it's evening here. I don't know when you're watching, but I'm filming in the evening. You can see by the lights, actually, that is darker, that is different. Over there, I have a big window. You can see the difference when I'm filming in day or night. So, by the name of this video, you can see what I'm going to talk about because it's something that I wanted actually to film for a while. It's something that here and there actually comes back. What kind of friends you have? What kind of advisors? Who is advising you? Who is helping you in the times when you have an issue with another person? What are they telling you? And how helpful that really is. I'm really grateful for my beautiful friends that are helping me a lot. But the help is not as you would think of it. The help is, okay, Timea, but how did you react in that moment? And they throw the ball back at me, which is very useful in that moment. Because very often we would like just to blame the other person that it's guilty for something. First of all, well, we attract what we vibrate. So definitely the other person's reaction had to do something with us as well. But even if we don't want to go there, just to admit a little bit that we have a fault as well. That whenever we lose our temper, for example, that's not a good reaction, that is already something where we failed. Or if you start a conversation with a bad tone, if you're nervous and then that person replies, again, failed. So these are the things, because those which are telling you, oh, he's awful, she's awful, how could she do that, a partner or a friend, they're not really helping you, because you don't learn anything from it, and very often it has to do with you. You will just be repeating that kind of situations. Second thing, when it really happens, to ask, like, I don't know, if your partner leaves you, then to ask, but how was really that relationship? And can you admit that it wasn't that good? Or can you admit that you weren't trying enough? Or even if you were trying enough, can you admit that it just wasn't it? Can you just admit that it wasn't, if it didn't work out? Can you admit that your faults in it? Because usually we aren't perfect, so that you say, yes, I was there. That's not really looking honestly at ourselves and at the reality. So my most helpful friends were those that would throw it back to me. What did you do to attract it? But not necessarily, we don't have to talk about the law of attraction, just more psychology. How did you act? What did you do? What did you say? What was your vibe? And stuff like that. Of course, you cannot practice this with anyone, with everyone, because some friends don't want to hear this kind of stuff. I had that during my life, whenever I would like to say, oh, come on, don't think like that, maybe, and then they didn't like it. In some moments, with some people, well, I don't know. We should know actually how to balance it. It's very difficult. That's where the conflicts actually are coming from. I also have spent a lot of years in failing, let's say, to communicate, because I thought that honesty is enough, but the way in which I was saying it wasn't appropriate. Because it's not easy to hear. I mean, now I'm already trained, so by the very good friends. Last year I lived with a great friend, and it was excellent. Our relationship is definitely something that, a girlfriend. And so when we had this kind of conflicts, like if I wanted to, I told her, you shouldn't do it like this, it's done like that. Or I wanted to show her something, or she wanted to show me and we are all adult women. Everyone had her own life and their own way, but there's always place for improvement and for learning. But the ego is so in those moments I would feel it, she would feel it when I told her something, or I would feel when she told me something. But then since we knew this, we would feel both, that in that moment the ego got, it was difficult even to say it, this should be like that. But then we say, laugh and say, thank you. So that's with a friend. With a partner, romantic partner, it's much more difficult to accomplish all this stuff. With my friends, I can do it. We are very successful because we learned how to deal with it, with our ego. With a partner, it's a little more difficult still. But it depends for who. I don't know. For some, it's more difficult than to the others. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to name it, because is it in English the same word? Yes, only a true friend will tell you that your cheek is dirty. So that's actually how somebody can help you to develop, to grow, and that's how you can help another person to develop and grow. It seems easier to blame the other person, to be angry constantly, and but at some point it's easier to admit what you have done, how you felt actually, and admit the reality of the situation, and admit that this is the consequence of that. So much about it. I won't make this video too long. I hope it helps you. I hope all of the information is helpful, which I'm delivering. Of course, that's why I'm doing this. So good night, and see you in another video.